Welcome to an all-new Restoration Today podcast
brought to you by Abatix. Since 1983, Abatix has been serving the restoration, remediation, industrial, construction, and disaster response markets with thousands of products from some of the most trusted brands in the business. Abatix is a customer-first distributor where service, knowledge, and community matter. For more, visit abatix.com.
Hey, restorers. Thanks for checking out another episode of the Restoration Today podcast. Today, I am joined by somebody with a big beard. So take a guess before I show you on camera who it is. There are a few people in the industry who have some amazing beards, and this man happens to be kind of somewhat known for his beard. I've been seen around on some other podcasts and other conversations and all of that. So anyway, without further ado, I am joined by Dan Vaughn, who is now the regional manager of Abatix in the Chicago area. He's made some moves in his career, and that's where he's at now. So Dan, thank you very much for joining me. Share a little bit about your background in the industry, because you are not new here.
I am not. No. So I kind of like most restorers, I fell into the industry in 2006. Was kind of doing the college thing and wasn't really for me, and knew somebody who knew somebody. And next thing you know, I'm working 550 hours of overtime in a year. Yeah, I'm a workaholic. I like money. So kind of was like, all right, well, this will do. Did that for about 7 years, got burned out during Hurricane Sandy. I was a single dad at the time and just
we'll do it.
Needed something new. Yep, needed something new. So found an opportunity for a different distributor in 2013. Did that for better part of 8 years. And now I'm at Abatix for the last almost 9 months. And so love it. Super excited. It's great company.
Yep. So did you join Abatix at the start, like when they knew that there was going to be something opening in the Chicago market, and it's like, okay, let's bring Dan in because he knows the market and can help grow it? Was that plan?
Yep. It was, kind of the market, but also just, I guess, for Abatix, they've had, contractors that they've worked with for 20, 30 years that had, been asking, when are you going to open something up for us up in, Midwest to be able to service us. So they kind of knew they wanted to be in the market, and it was just right place, right time, and right people. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're located in Chicago, but you don't only serve Chicago or Illinois. You are, like you just said, like Midwest and a region. So share a little bit about what Abatix is, because you aren't, I discovered this in an earlier conversation with you, not just for restoration and cleaning, like it's an array.
Yeah. We do service the restoration market for sure.
Yep.
Kind of the beauty of a lot of the products that I guess Abatix carries or most distributors carry is that there is crossover. Mm-hmm. So while we do have a lot of the restoration products, we kind of take it a step further. We do a lot in the tooling world. So, Milwaukee, DeWalt, Diablo, blades, we carry in stock all of that, ladders. We do a lot in the hydration space as well, which sounds silly to talk about, but it is an important thing. Safety becomes a big thing. It's a hot button topic these days, whether it's keeping your people safe, adding some perks for them, right?
Yep.
But yeah, Abatix, this is our 14th national location.
Okay.
We have 13 other ones all along the West Coast and down south. A lot of them are in, hurricane prone areas, which is super convenient. But some of the other markets that we do call on and service really well fall into refineries and petrochemical. We do a lot in the industrial manufacturing space. We do a lot with general contractors, those telecommunications and specialty, kind of a whole smattering of industries that we get involved with. We don't say no very often.
Well, that's good. And then you can specialize kind of based on what that market is, right? Like in the South, you have more refineries or whatever it is. And so then you're able to specialize based on the market you're in. And that's a good thing.
Yep.
So what is some of the value of having a local partner like Abatix or another vendor versus going to like a big box store when you need something for a job site?
Yeah, there's a lot of, just as a former contractor, there was always a lot of value in having a partner nearby, especially somebody who's got a large foothold and a lot of buying power. So obviously you get great pricing if you have a relationship with them. They do have we do have the ability, or working with a local supplier like us, I should say, you've got ability to, have that partnership or that trust, somebody local that you can just call and, hey, here's what we're working on. Here's what we've got. Can you get this to us? What do you recommend? If you're working with a big box store, chances are you've got to know exactly what you're looking for, where it's at, what's that going to cost you time wise. Time is money, right? And when we're getting squeezed on the contractor side from all different angles these days, let's find a way to just make it easy. So yeah, there's a big advantage to it for sure.
Save yourself a few drives anywhere that you can, because gas prices alone will get you right now. So what's it been like opening a store? I mean, you did this kind of in the middle of the pandemic, and then there was a supply chain issue, and now there's inflation and all that. What has this journey been like for you?
It's been interesting. I mean, we've been fortunate where we haven't had issues finding labor. And I think a lot of that is a testament to Abatix as a company. So we're employee owned, which is awesome, because everybody from top to bottom benefits from our success. And that's a big attractive quality to the company. So when we put out that we were looking for, warehouse help, we had 150 applicants in a week. We pay well, and we just have great benefits that drew people in. So we didn't struggle there. Obviously for me, knowing people within the industry over the last 10 years, once we kind of started reaching out, telling people what we had going on, our current customer care rep, Alex, she is also from the industry. So she worked for a different restoration company as their general manager for a while, which has been great. Really, the only thing that we've kind of struggled with is just some of the oddball, lead times for pallet racking and other operational items, and kind of getting contractors to show up for internet, and getting the cloud fairies to like plug us in, right? So we can the network, or whoever's up, make sure we can all communicate.
Sure.
But that's really been it. I mean, I think everybody's struggling with obviously the equipment side. We're doing the best we can with that, and hopefully, forecasting super far out. But other than that, it was a little easier than I thought it would be. I'll say that.
Okay. All right. That's good. So what does it look like if you're a contractor and you need, like, you're heading to a job site and I need these disinfectants, I need some more equipment, I need XYZ, like having a partner like this is different again than going into a Home Depot or a Lowe's or whatever. So what does it look like when you have an order you need to get in and you need it like kind of soon? What are the logistics of that?
So, I mean, we as a company, we've reinvested a lot into technology over the last couple of years, trying to just make it as easy as possible for the contractor. We see a lot of people that still like to call or, text or email, the traditional way of ordering, but, we're seeing a little bit of a shift where people don't like that anymore, and they just want to place it online and be done with it, right? But still, in our industry, time is key. So for us, we've created the Abatix app will probably be coming later this year. We have a inventory management system as well that works. You could order right online. It comes through right away, even if you want it as a will call. So really any way we'll accept it. I mean, if you want a Morse code over an order, right?
Great.
There's still that guy out there. We'll deal with him. We'll work with them. But then, we have our warehouse team, and we have Alex, and we're all wearing multiple hats right now. So any one of us will pick an order and have it ready. So, I mean, if a customer called and said, I'll be there in 20 minutes and this is what I need, it'll be ready. We'll have it ready. No waiting around. We do have our own in-house delivery service as well. So we can make deliveries to the warehouse or to the job site. Just trying to be as flexible as possible and make it, again, as simple as possible for the end user.
Okay. So again, talking about a company that knows about the industry, how can you help restorers? What do you tell restorers who come in and they're like, I need a new disinfectant. I have no idea what to pick off the shelf because there's multiple choices here. How do you coach people through that with both equipment and the chemical side?
Yeah, I mean, I have the luxury, I guess, of having the field experience. So it kind of is nice because, there is a little bit of validity to, hey, I've been there, I've done that. This is what worked for us in the past. And, there's a lot of, you may have new manufacturers or vendors or whoever kind of always trying to work their way into the space. But, I think realistically, a lot of the vendors and manufacturers that are still around have been around. So really when you're talking about, hey, this is what I'm looking for, there's different variables and just things to think about. Are they manufacturing it themselves? Are they white labeling it and relying on a different blender? That may factor into availability or lead time, especially these days. Also thinking about location. The one thing about for Abatix, having a Chicago location, they've never had a location that's had to worry about freeze thaw issues.
Oh,
products, right? So it's like, we can't ship this because it'll freeze.
Yeah.
We've got to factor in another couple of days to wait for it, or pay a little bit more for, a reefer truck to get it there. And so, we just, myself and Alex, as far as product recommendations, we're just not trying to sell you something that is going to make us the most money. We're just trying to find a solution, and we're happy to talk about it. And here's what we have. Here's what we've heard. We've talked to other contractors, how it works for you guys. And if it doesn't work, right, for us, it's no skin off our back. Part of our job is to try to provide that solution to make the contractor more efficient and hopefully more profitable, right?
Okay. Yep. So how do you keep up on the new items that are in the industry?
You listen, try to listen.
Yep.
Vendors obviously will, hey, we've got this and we've got that. But then you'll also listen to contractors and, hey, we found this and this seemed to work for us. And I think as long as you kind of have your ears to the ground and you're open and flexible, that's where you'll tend to find some new stuff that's, kind of a breakthrough product or item, I suppose. We've got a really cool extractor coming in here soon that has no recovery tank. So it's just constantly sucking and pumping. Easiest way to put it. So we're excited about that, which is great because as a former technician, I know that I wasn't always too thorough on cleaning out the recovery tank. Those get stinky, real stinky. So to not have that now would be super amazing. I'm excited about that, but yeah, you just try to educate yourself a little bit, spend a little bit of time finding stuff like that and hoping for the best.
All right. So as somebody who's been in the industry for a while, do you have any war stories or funny memories or horror stories or anything? Everybody's got a good story from the industry.
Yeah. So right before I left the restoration company, we were in New Jersey during Superstorm Sandy.
Okay.
And I spent, so we started, the closest we could get was a hotel in Philadelphia, which we were doing all of our work in Toms River, New Jersey. Okay. That was like a 2.5-hour drive each day. The hotel has since been torn down due to health department infractions. And I spent the better part of a month, a week, laid up in bed because the wallpaper on the window was peeling back, and just looked and it was just all mold. Like, here we are, a restoration company, right? And we're in this just camp of a room. And I don't know if it was from that or from something else. Nobody else got sick, but I was holed up. So that's when I started growing my beard.
Really?
Had nowhere to go, had nothing to do. Started growing the beard in Hurricane Sandy. And came home. I shaved it when I started at my last company. My now 12-year-old still tells people he was 3.5 then, that I was super gross and creepy without a beard. So I'm not allowed to trim it or shave it anymore. But
I get it. If I came back brunette, my kids would be like, that's actually how I look, but they would be like, I don't understand that at all. And I do think on your comment about the mold, I feel like we are the worst industry at trade shows and at hotels, right? Because everybody is like scoping it all out. I remember at a show a few years ago, I won't share which one or what hotel, but I remember being in the atrium and I walked up and there's a group of restorers all looking at the ceiling in the atrium, like assessing the growth that was clearly around a vent up on the ceiling. I'm like, oh,
we get so judgy. Even my wife, she's like, could you just stop? Like, just quit. Just, yes, it's dirty. Yes, whatever. Let's just not worry about it. It's not for you to worry about.
Yep. That's exactly right. Okay. Is there anything about the Chicago market that makes it unique that this was a good place to put a store? I know you needed one in the Midwest. I know in Detroit, there's a restoration company like practically in every corner, right? So what do you see? What is the Chicago market like?
I think, well, Chicago in particular, I mean, it again, kind of speaks to Abatix's, wheelhouse. There's just so many different verticals and markets for us to, work on and call in, whether it's, again, the obvious being restoration, but the construction market is just constantly booming and everything, downtown Chicago is being revamped and refurbished. And obviously that's great because there's lead and asbestos everywhere down there. So, we can work with the environmental guys that are doing the remediation. We can work with the guys that are doing the putback and, the remodel. There's quite a bit of, refinery work. So we have really a lot of opportunity in Chicago, not just with, restoration, abatement, environmental, but all sorts of other industries. And then obviously the good thing about Chicago is that it's a day away for the most part from a lot of other major metropolitans. So St. Louis, Minneapolis, Milwaukee, Indianapolis, Louisville, Kentucky, even is generally a 1, maybe 2 day ship point. So it really opens up a lot of opportunity to help service a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Anything else you want to share? Where do people find your store if they're going to come check out the actual store itself?
So Abatix West Chicago is where it's West Chicago, but it's not anywhere near Chicago, which is nice. So we're on the outskirts.
Yep.
It sounds like we're right there, but we're really, a good 45 minutes outside of the city.
That's
so
good.
We're at 833 West Hawthorne in West Chicago. We're here, whenever you need us to be, but technically the hours are 7:30 to 4:30. But
careful what you wish for. This is a 24/7 industry.
Like I'm not used to it already.
That's true. Okay, touche.
I mean, that was a big part of, our current team that we have here now is, in the interview process, hey, we're a 24/7 industry. And there's a lot of times where customers might call and say, dude, we landed this big job on Saturday night and I need this product Sunday morning. Can you get it to us? Or can I send somebody to the warehouse? And everybody here is 100%. Yep. Call me if you need me.
That's awesome.
Come in, do whatever we need to do. So again, just trying to be a differentiator,
And tell me how big your facility is. We've talked about that before and it's big.
Yeah, it's good sized for sure. Especially for a quote unquote, startup. It's 26,000 square feet. We've got, it's just, a big deal.
Not as big as JC Blue Sky now. But.
No. They have a fantastic facility.
Thank you. Yes.
Not as big. But we've got, maybe 1,500 square feet of like office / showroom, if you will, where we built out a nice little customer area when they come pick up, for will call. We got a bunch of Monsters and Red Bulls and Advil and Tylenol.
Great. Energy drinks and painkillers.
It's a little C store, right? Again, it's like, yeah, just come on in, pick it up, get your Monster, get your Tylenol and get back on the road. Right. So yeah, it'll be fun. It's good. I'm excited.
Awesome. Anything else we should add before we wrap it up?
Not that I could think of. The beard's not going anywhere. I've been asked if it's getting trimmed. It's not getting trimmed. I just can't do it.
I don't know that people would recognize you. If you did, people would be like, where's Dan?
Oh, it would not be a good sight either. It's underneath all this is, oof. There's a reason people grow beards.
Is there? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I would not know that reason, but I'm going to let you keep it to yourself, I suppose. All right. Well, Dan, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And good luck with the new store and the new venture. I'm sure that it will go very well. The Chicago market is a busy one. So I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
For more Restoration Today, visit our website, cnrmagazine.com, or find us wherever you get your favorite podcasts.